Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a Pike County man is facing multiple charges after a late-night incident in Elkhorn City. And the name has been released after a 7-year-old boy died at a public pool in Richmond.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Wednesday to you. I'm Amelia Lee here on this July 2nd, and it's just about 5:31 this morning, which means it is time to check on in with meteorologist Eric Dean today for a look at that forecast. You talked about the fog a little bit, Eric. I don't know if I mentioned this with you. My biggest enemy is the fog. I didn't see it.
Same. I do not like driving in fog whatsoever. So in all seriousness, though, if you do have to travel, just please allow yourself extra time to get to your destination this morning. Current time is 5:31. Let's go ahead and get you outside. Take a look at the current temperatures. We're sitting at 66. Our dew point's at 66. What does that mean? That means it is foggy out there. Look at our humidity. We're sitting at a fat 100% with a nice calm wind. And if you notice, we're cooler as compared to 24 hours ago, between 3 to 6 to 7 degrees cooler depending on your location. So a nice start to your Wednesday. All is quiet on live pinpoint Doppler radar. This can kind of take a little bit of a vacation, if you will, as we go throughout the week, as we'll see high pressure in control, not just for us, but through the entire Commonwealth, making for a beautiful Wednesday. We'll make a run for the 80s today. If you have plans tonight, go ahead and start planning, because we'll see temperatures in the upper 70s by 10 p.m. I'll have your complete first alert forecast coming up in a few minutes, but right now it is 5:32. We'll toss it back to Amelia.
A Wayne County man has died in a crash. Deputies say it happened Monday night around 7 on West Kentucky Highway 90 at the intersection of Kentucky Highway 1546. A car hit a pickup truck. The driver of that car, 59-year-old, died at the scene. 2 adults and 2 children were in the truck. All 4 were taken to an area hospital. 2 of them were then flown to another hospital. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office pointed out that this intersection has seen several deadly crashes during the past couple of years. 1 person is dead after a dump truck crash. It happened yesterday morning on US 27 at the Lincoln-Pulaski County line, where Pulaski County officials say a dump truck and at least 1 other car crashed into each other. The Lincoln County Deputy Coroner confirmed that 1 person died in that crash. We don't know their name. Traffic is flowing again in that area. A Pike County man is facing multiple charges, including attempted murder, after a late-night incident in Elkhorn City. Kentucky State Police arrested 44-year-old George Standifer after troopers say they received a call from a homeowner who said they shot Standifer in the leg, claiming he'd broken into their home and tried to shoot them. When troopers arrived, they say Standifer was in an alley near the home and threatened to shoot the troopers, leading to a standoff for hours until they finally got him in custody.
When he did attempt to discharge the firearm, that's where your attempted murder charge would come in. And then you've got the terroristic threatening, the wanton endangerment of officers, because he did have a firearm and he was making multiple threats to the officers.
Standifer was the only person injured during this incident. He's also charged with resisting arrest, disorderly conduct, menacing, and alcohol intoxication in a public place. A man faces charges after a domestic dispute in Clay County led deputies to find multiple guns in his home. The sheriff's office says 44-year-old Jonathan Baker was arguing with a woman when deputies arrived Monday. She told them he'd tried to take files from a hard drive and that he was a convicted felon. After confirming his record, deputies searched the home and found 3 rifles plus a pistol. Baker was arrested for illegally possessing firearms. A 7-year-old boy died after being found unresponsive at a public pool in Richmond. The Madison County coroner says Centino Yancey Hardwick's death is being investigated as a drowning. It happened Monday afternoon at Paradise Cove Aquatic Center. First responders performed CPR, but Centino was pronounced dead at the hospital. Experts say this tragedy is a reminder of how quickly drowning can happen and why supervision and swim lessons are crucial.
Parents are also being that extra layer of safety and being vigilant with their kids on the pool deck.
Sellers also says drowning can happen in as little as 20 seconds and recommends using only U.S. Coast Guard approved life jackets for safety. A man is facing charges after reportedly giving marijuana to 2 children in Corbin. A deputy was dispatched to a home on Gilbert Street on June 17th after reports that a stepfather had been providing drugs to girls. 2 girls were found outside the home and interviewed by the deputy. After gathering evidence, 59-year-old James Crease of Jeremiah was arrested. A London woman faces multiple charges after a traffic stop in Laurel County Friday night. Deputies say 48-year-old Judy Gale Coffey was weaving across the center line on Kentucky 312. During the stop, they found her license was suspended. Her vehicle had no insurance and she was under the influence. Coffey was arrested and taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Also in Laurel County, a man faces drug charges after a traffic stop Friday afternoon. Deputies say 47-year-old Keith Lay was found parked crossways in the middle of Bray Road, that's just west of London. He was wanted on an outstanding warrant, and during the arrest, deputies found a meth pipe and a small bag of suspected meth. He was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. 2 businesses here in eastern Kentucky were selected for the Backing Small Business Program. The grant is designed to support small businesses recovering from natural disasters. WYMT's Neely Green spoke to recipients.
In February, several businesses in downtown Hazard were left with several inches of water covering their floors. The flood destroyed inventory and paused operations.
Initially, with the flood, we had about 34 inches of water in our storefront. So the first few days, of course, was a lot of cleanup, just getting out the water and the mud, some initial cleanup.
2 clothing stores were also affected. Owner Stephanie Callahan says they are still working to get back where they once were.
We lost about 80% of our inventory. We're just now getting the women's store filled back up. The men's store, we're still going to be a little bit to try to get it open, but we are open.
The stores have received support not just from their community, but a particular grant.
We received the Backing Small Business Disaster Recovery Grant, which is sponsored by American Express and Main Street America. That grant's for $10,000, so that's an amount that's definitely going to be instrumental in helping us get to the point that we're fully restored.
The grant is intended to provide critical financial support to small business owners recovering from recent natural disasters, helping to rebuild, restore operations, and continue serving their communities. Callahan says she is moved by the community support.
This little town is small, but we're mighty. It's amazing that everybody just wants to help. And now that we're back open, people are shopping.
Cold Country Candles and Hot Mess Express 606 were 2 out of 100 small businesses chosen for this round of the grant. In Hazard, Neely Green, WYMT Mountain News.
Cold Country Candles plans to host a grand reopening bash with prizes and giveaways to celebrate with their community sometime in the next month. Well, some new laws are officially in place in Kentucky that could affect technology in schools and the way teachers and students communicate. Senate Bill 181 went into effect Friday. It requires school boards to track online communication between students and staff. This means students and staff are no longer allowed to communicate through apps like Facebook, Instagram, or Snapchat. Kentucky officials hope this new law will help protect students and develop more positive relationships with their teachers.
It's really just to make sure that communication, that the parents know about the communication between adults and their child at school, whether it's at sports or extracurricular activities or even in the classroom.
Another law that went into effect is House Bill 208. This would require Kentucky school boards to create policies banning the use of cell phones in the classroom. It's a law that Senator Robbie Mills says will promote better learning and better instruction.
An undistracted student is the best student to learn. We know that from a fact. And also teachers that aren't having to do discipline all day about putting your phone up, put your phone up, and continually saying that and causing them to have to lose their place while they're teaching will be a positive, I think, as well.
Well, there is an exception with House Bill 208 that allows students to use their phones in classrooms, but only in certain emergencies. For years, the 988 hotline has offered a press 3 button for LGBTQ callers seeking help. U.S. Health and Human Services leaders in the Trump administration say they're cutting this funding. The service is expected to end in about 2 weeks, something mental health advocates in Kentucky say is a mistake. The specialized service will end July 17th, but the wider hotline will stay open. Molly Jones of the Pete Foundation, based in Louisville, argues high-risk groups need tailored care.
It's the same with the LGBTQ group. We can tailor that care. We can provide them a therapist, someone to talk to that has a better understanding of what they're suffering.
Federal officials launched the service as a pilot program in 2022. It's reported receiving nearly 1.3 million calls ever since. Well, doctors say as you plan your upcoming holiday weekend, keep in mind a new COVID-19 variant is spreading. It's related to the Omicron variant, nicknamed Nimbus. The variant is causing more than 40% of COVID cases. That's according to the CDC. In addition to the symptoms with previous variants like fever, runny nose, shortness of breath, cough, and body aches, the defining symptom for this variant are what doctors call a razor blade sore throat.
It is really intense and it can last for a couple of days. And it's even as bad as like when you're just swallowing your saliva, just normal swallowing. It doesn't have to be with food or liquids or anything, just super intense pain.
Doctors say if you are having symptoms, stay home. If you do have to go out, wear a mask and wash your hands. If you're at a high risk of getting severely sick, doctors recommend getting the updated COVID vaccine. Well, we are less than hours away from the annual Kentucky Blood Center Summer Blood Drive here at WYMT. It's happening from 3 until 7 today. It's right outside the station on Black Gold Boulevard. You can't miss it. You do have to be at least 17 years old to donate, or 16 if you have parental consent. Folks who donate will get a limited edition Kentucky donor t-shirt while those supplies last. You'll also get a free appetizer coupon from Texas Roadhouse and a chance to win 52 $40 Texas Roadhouse gift cards.